Welcome guys, this is Noel from Stop Me O channel with the next Witcher episode reaction. Now so far so good. So far I have been semi-enjoying it. Yeah, I know that it sounds like I'm a broken record or something, but it's just so far away from the books. Again, I don't mean to shit on the show for being something different than the books. Wouldn't be smart, I think, because it is allowed to be something else from the books, of course. As long as it's, good and as long as it doesn't walk away from the essence of the characters. Which so far I'm worried it might. However, if I'm treating this as a sort of a Netflix fantasy show, then I am enjoying it and I'm just hoping for the best, you know. I did hear from some other book readers that later on it gets a bit better, I think. Not that it's bad right now, but I'm having my doubts, so to speak. But I'm still kind of hopeful and I still want to enjoy it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Also, I want to apologize that I'm posting these every couple of days. It's just that there's so much editing. These episodes are long and I really have to cut them down because otherwise they would be taken down. If you are eager to watch these, I am uploading these episodes on Patreon unedited and usually ahead of time, right? Because I can just throw in the unedited thing on Patreon and then edit later. So it just has to be that way. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you watching this. I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen because the Yennefer and Kehir thing is...
The trail will test you.
Sort of odd.
Force you to move beyond the pain.
Oh!
The fear.
They are discussing the Trail of Grass, which is a Witcher test.
Become one with the killer itself. Hesitation will draw danger to you like fire, but trust the path you choose, and it will protect you.
Very, very nicely running through the forest. I think I could become a Witcher.
Always listen.
What? But he doesn't have a sword, nor his armor, and neither does she. Oh no, she's closer to it. Oh! I don't think there's many monsters around Kaer Morhen.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Yay! Finally, we're back to the books.
You're a girl.
She did come to Kaer
Who are
Morhen.
you? I'm going to Kaer Morhen. Is that where you're headed? Would I have gotten this far if I didn't know the way?
She said it in the books. That's really nice seeing that, just a tiny bit being the same.
And there's Björn. Your heartbeat faster. It's nice to meet you.
Tres.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
And a friend of girls. You must be quite charitable.
Siri's not really being subtle with being suspicious as hell. I see these two sus.
Dinner.
Hello, Besame.
What's the title of this
I'll
episode?
go and dress for dinner.
Oh.
I assume you'll all want to wash up as well? Of course not.
I'm looking forward to a Dear Friend episode.
How do you two know each other?
Oh, she's like a daughter suspicious of a dad sleeping around.
I need to relieve myself. We'll reach a destination by sundown.
Where are you taking us?
Shut up! Please, sir. Yeah, well, if it can't wait, it can't wait, can it? Thank you, sir. Go on then. Relieve yourself.
That's a bit extreme, you know? I don't like that because it wasn't like that. It's not supposed to be as black and white. It's not supposed to be like that elves are the poor good ones and people are the bad ones. It's a bit more complicated than that. Oh, my bodies.
Portals can be trapped.
Then explain to me.
It's just that I don't know. This never happened, right? I said that. These are one of my favorite characters. Like Yennefer is my favorite character in the books. Kehir. Oh no, sorry, I forgot about one. Kehir is also one that I absolutely adore. There's one more that I adore. But it's just really cool seeing Yennefer and Kehir together. It's odd, but it's nice, you know.
Hell, you're not dead weight.
Have you looked in the mirror lately? Prison didn't exactly do you any favors.
I have a mission to complete. We must get back to Sintra.
Sure, the North Guardians will be thrilled to have me. We can reminisce and share fond memories of Sodden.
You'll be entering with the Commander General. They'll make new memories.
Oh? What is that? Oh, well that's very art-like. What a nice drawing. Oh look! Kay here looks so brave, like... oh gosh. Yennefer, do your magic. I don't think these colors are helping them, you know? They're like... That looks like Hogwarts. Oh my god, that's a...
The Northern Kingdoms are united by a common enemy now, but it is a tenuous alliance.
Dijkstra.
Oh, Dijkstra! Oh! Oh, dude. He looks so noble. Yeah, but he was kinda noble. And that's an witches, sorceress. Forgot her name, but... Oh god, I love that. He looks like a king, you know?
Do you know, I've known him since I was 12.
Sintra is the point, Your Highness. We would never have taken it from Calanthe. But now,
Sintra could be ours.
if we're smart.
Dijkstra is a spy. Oh yeah, I was wondering, like, the owl isn't really subtle, you know?
Leave it with us.
Yeah, they had an affair, but I think later on she was into women.
They're what said he saved his life.
He found himself in my kingdom a time ago. Helped me with a princess in trouble.
Nastier than you, even.
He's not joking. She took a big chunk out of him. But he saved her anyway.
Oh, she healed my cheek.
Ah, so wholesome, you know?
I like your dress.
I like the colors of that scene. Very warm.
Thank you.
I brought her here for you. To help guide you.
Like how Mousak did for my mother.
Just like Mousak. But now it's time for bed.
So early,
I'm
what?
not tired.
Alright, come on, you little rat. I'll play a few rounds of slaps with you before bed.
But she has a plate full. Why are you not letting her finish food?
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Sue.
She's so cheerful, you know, so extroverted. I think that's okay. That fits her.
How do you two know each other?
Okay, this part of the story I dislike. They shouldn't have changed it that way. Skoyatel kept attacking people. Oh, I forgot. Yennefer lost her magic.
I had that covered.
Of course you did.
Ew.
We're safer down here than we are up there.
Make a move and lose your head.
You don't really want to hurt me. Domain. Was it?
No one's on our side, you trusting idiot.
Shut up! Damn it, shut up!
Shut up, I mean.
What is he saying? If you know a way to Sintra and help us, I can assure you your pick of land on our safe return.
If there's no room, we'll catch the next boat.
Oh,
I promise.
she's nicer and nicer, you know. Oh, I think he likes her. Oh. 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 Oh, bloody hell. I remember in the first Witcher
The
game,
surprise was more surprising than you'd imagine.
there were monsters in the
Curious.
tunnels.
She won't tell me anything from before the fall of Sintra. She might have the power of foresight. She seems to have visions of things that have yet to come to pass.
Like what?
There's more.
Really,
Ciri felt something else.
really nice seeing them together, you know?
Toward the left she had turned Eskel. Like a compass to a magnet, she led me straight to it. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, does she
I
have
did
to...
try to get her. Both of them did.
Why is she touching that? Ew.
I didn't let it live long enough to find out.
There is one way to find out.
Oh, is that a Witcher elixir or... Oh no, it's just a probe. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna look. Ew.
If there is any sign of mutagenetic alchemy, If a mage has been involved, that component will glow.
Mage's Nilfgaard. Something dark lies ahead of her.
Oh, lots of that. Oh boy.
I can feel it. That's why I'm training her.
Ah, she cares about him still.
I'm sorry about Sodden.
Those who died, I say their names at night when I lay down, so I don't forget. At Lankirk. Dagobah.
Stop.
Oh, he thinks that it's Yennefer.
To me,
Oh man, he doesn't know she's alive.
that's something more. You witches, you pretend not to have emotions, but you do. I know you feel it too.
That's from the books. That's really nice.
No more love. No more hatred.
Not bad at all.
Stay with me tonight.
Yes.
Only stay. Let's not be alone.
No! Tell him. Tell him that Yen is alive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they had a thing. Then Triss and Yen sort of had a... You know, let's just say Yen was a bit jealous. I don't really get that part of about the pregnant elf.
We don't have the fight left anymore to start anew.
Francesca.
The North have made sure of that. Yeah, I know. Fuck the North. I'll borrow your hope then.
Do you think he will die? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is it?
I can't see a thing! Help us!
Oh. Jesus Christ. They're making her curse as much to make her seem a bit edgy.
You're born helpless, so you find strength, and then that's all they want you for, to use you. And you find love, but it isn't real. It's a wish someone made once before they even knew who you were.
You were incredible that day, Sodden.
What are you doing? There was nothing between them. Come on, don't. Oh. Just go to...
What did you in, isn't it?
Oh.
They stole your power. Your magic has served its purpose. Perhaps there's a bigger plan out there for you now.
Yes, the benevolent white flame who brings purpose and meaning and all that fuckery. You could skip the recruitment speech Fringilla already gave it.
Fringilla is devoted to the cause.
Oh!
Fringilla and I serve Emir because he served us first. Everyone answers to someone eventually. Even you, I suspect.
You little shit. You left your friend to die in a fucking sewer.
I took the only option I had. He would have done the same. I had to say...
Someone's singing. Do you think that would be Askja?
What's going on?
Oh, please.
We have to wait for the place to empty.
That's Jaskier, yes! Finally!
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been the most beautiful audience. Remember to toss a coin if you can. If anyone needs me, I'll be at the bar. What for the it's the point of no return.
Oh, I'm so happy that he's here.
You turned your back on me. Watch me burn. All the memories of...
Oh, I love that. So dramatic. He's such a good singer. He's an actual singer. Oh, the extra.
No. Emmy has to like women. Or men.
That's the problem. No one knows his proclivities. No one knows anything about him.
We need to get as much information as possible. Getting an elf into Sintra won't be a problem. But it needs to be the right one.
You. Come with me.
Is that Ciri's friend? Yeah, it is. The one she travelled with into the Brooklyn Forest in season 1.
I was hoping you'd come and help me in the lab. We can get to know each other. I can show you a few incantations.
Aw.
Get a sense for your potential.
It's a girls' night out, you know.
Oh, good morning, Your Highness.
Please tell me you lost a bet. Is that a flower in your hair, girl? No, that's funny.
Ah, they're treating her like shit, you know?
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
It's just a bit of fun.
For who? Does she even have a chemise? Or soap? Or cloth for when she gets her blood? Though with those mushrooms you're feeding her, you'll ruthlessly deprive her of that before too long.
Yeah.
You say you're mutants. That's why you don't understand what people feel. But the truth is, you're choosing to be ignorant arseholes, aren't you?
Triss.
That's true, I appreciate that they are bringing it up. It did happen in the books. Triss pointed out that they're not treating Ciri the right way, sort of. She didn't clean properly, didn't have the right clothes.
It's not ready yet.
I can wait. They felt bad you didn't finish your breakfast.
My grandmother fought battles and wore dresses. You can do both.
I know.
It's ready.
Still aside. Like for a monolith. This was taken from the last she'd had turned Escort.
A monolith? It doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Tell us what you know about it.
When Nilfgaard attacked Sintra, just outside the city walls, I saw a monolith topple.
How?
Daughter of Chaos belongs to us. There is only death here.
Cyrilla.
Ciri, hey.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fine. When the Black Knight captured me, I screamed. And that's when the monolith cracked and fell. And if these monsters are my fault...
It's all right. I'll fix it.
I wonder when they're going to summon Yennefer. Well, for now he still doesn't know she's alive, right? Oh, Jaskier and Dijkstra? No, is that Dijkstra? It's not. Same Boldsir, but no. Different Boldsir, I mean.
Bard.
Oh!
What are you doing here? And what fresh hell did you just crawl out of?
Sewer. What's your excuse?
Oh, a sewer. I always knew you were a blood-sucking, joyless hugger. Hugging. We are hugging.
Miss the days when my biggest problem was an ever-present sing-songy twit.
Drink? I'm gonna drink. I am not having this conversation unless I'm drinking.
Look, their colors match. That's lovely.
I heard the song. Geralt must have left quite a sour taste in your mouth.
What? No one leaves any taste in my mouth. Thank you very much. That song could be about anyone. Anyone. Fine, yes, when I wrote it, it did come from the heart. Perhaps a broken one.
Oh!
You're in hiding. Because you're part elf, Yennefer. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. I was at the Great Oak of Leoberis when it was raided.
I remember that. That's how the book started, right?
Seat of friendship, the Druids called it. Where every free thinker was welcome, no matter their race, their creed.
Yeah, books started in that
They come
place.
for the elves, Yennefer. They'll come for the dwarves.
Next to the oak.
And sooner or later they will come for everyone. Anyone that they deem the other. So.
Well, Sandpiper, the man, the myth, the legend. I need your help.
Stand back, stand back!
He's with me. It's okay. I need to get to Sintra. The both of us.
Well, I'll do what I can. You both. Smell truly awful. I mean, it is like something has crawled up your asses and died.
Ew.
Plenty of time to take a bath before then. Just saying.
Did he smell her? Just tell him. Tell him.
Last night.
It's all right.
I can't be what you want, Triss. If things were different.
They're not. I'm grown enough to understand.
Well, good.
Last night, you were what I was looking for. Your pain. It excited me. Because I finally felt something again.
You mean after Sodden?
You can hardly see the marks.
Some wounds cannot be healed. You are important to me, Triss. You always will be.
You're going to Sintra.
Who?
You said you'd never go back there. Twice.
Why would he go there?
A witcher yet has died of old age, lying in bed, dictating his will, Vesemir. I have a girl to protect. I can't just stay here.
I have a friend who studies monoliths. I can portal you to him.
Istrid?
Portals are no fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that never happened.
A group of elves from Tretigo is on board already.
Unless the ship is full.
Well, then you're swimming. Come on. I'm gonna do what I do best.
And what's that?
Oh, I never really know. Yeah, that's why I'm so good at it.
Is he gonna like sing or
Papers for the transit, please.
Papers, absolutely, papers. The golden one with the golden moon.
Ain't that the song with the
Long-necked warriors with all their tools. You know
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You're him. You're scared the bad.
Guilty.
Oh.
Not literally, but you know.
Don't worry about the papers.
Oh, so bless yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Have a lovely evening.
Oh, you take care, good sir. Although, if you don't mind me saying so, that one, it's not your strongest.
Oh, yeah?
It's a bit complicated. I spotted the dragon reveal a mile away.
Oh, you're clever. You're a clever one.
I must say, the bit when the lute player ends up with the warrior ladies.
Lovable lutenist.
Yeah. Didn't really ring true for me, I must say.
Oh.
All right. Am I gonna say it? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. You know, if you could write yourself a little song, if you could sing yourself whatever you please, but you can't.
Oh.
You are a
He
dark-eyed, scapegoat.
offended Jaskier.
This is taking too long. We need to get him away from the ramps.
Fuck the north. What did you say?
Fuck the north.
Oh, bloody hell.
Fuck the elves. Go on, get stuck in.
Oh, poor animal. What is going on in here? Or?
Tell me what I'm looking at here.
Fanewood. This only grows where elder blood has been spilt. Where did you find this?
Killer Trail. Training course.
Oh.
We had that girl got her ass kicked.
Yay.
Elder blood was wiped from the continent generations ago.
There are legends. That elder blood was one of the key ingredients in the creation of the first Witcher mutagens.
Siri.
Mutagens that were destroyed in the sacking of Kaer Morhen. Destiny has given us a gift. The key to making more witches. Siri.
Okay, no.
All of us would be dead without you.
No.
I'm Dara.
Dara, wow, he grew up.
Expect you to do great things, all right? Make this worth it.
He grew up a lot.
Someone should be there to receive you on the other side.
Thank you. I'll make sure they get everything they need when we arrive.
What happened to you?
I've lived a long life. You'll have to be more specific. Chaos appears to be done with me.
you've lost your magic. Is that even possible?
Go on, put your gloating in. Time's limited.
You know, once upon a time, I would have used this opportunity to call you an empty, lonely, power-hungry she-demon. I'm an artist, Yennefer. It's my job to put myself in other people's shoes, even if they are, in your case, large, clunky, and, I don't know, probably full of snakes or something.
We find a new purpose. A better one.
Chaos could never be done with the likes of you. Yennefer of Vengerberg. Of that much, I am certain. So if it's all the same to you, goodbye. Good luck. Good riddance.
What an unlikely friendship, but I'm loving it. Oh, I love Yennefer with everyone. Jaskier in the show is great too. Shit.
We have to save ourselves.
I hear
That's it?
you're alive.
Oh?
How disappointing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been the most beautiful audience. Remember to toss a coin if you can. If anyone needs me, I'll be at the bar. What for?
Yeah, alright, so I actually enjoyed that episode, although I have to say that there are some parts that I dislike a lot, actually. There are some parts that I like. I think the whole antagonist side around the Nilfgaard and the elves and people conflict, that's something that I don't really like as much because it's way too black and white. It doesn't seem to be as complicated morally. In the books, it wasn't as simple as people bad, elves good. Elves became sort of quite aggressive. They created these groups called Skoyatel and they were attacking people in the forests and such. So that happened. They just don't seem to be mentioning that a lot. Also, elves, the whole elves in the show, I don't think I like them as much. They look very much like people and that's it. There's no other difference between them other than, you know, the years. And what they're trying to show us is that people are really acting shitty. And yeah, like it was also somewhat mentioned in the books, but not as, yeah, like I mentioned, not as black and white. I'm not a fan of black and white. I really appreciate when they're showing us the grayish area of morality. I keep repeating myself, but it's true. Yennefer, that actress keeps growing on me with every single episode. In the books, I don't think she lost her magic, or I'm forgetting it, but I don't think she did. Yeah, anyway, we're seeing a vulnerable side of her. I think that's always nice, sort of. That's interesting, right? Geralt is really cool. Ciri is quite extroverted. I am appreciating Triss and the fact that she sort of came to Kaer Morhen, and that actually did happen. She did come to Kaer Morhen to help and guide Ciri and to sort of try to, you know, comprehend what is happening to her and who she is and such. So that's happening. That was in the books, and it was really great seeing Jaskier again. The whole Cahir and Yennefer plot. Really odd. That's odd. Sometimes it feels like they just took the Witcher characters and let them do whatever the hell they wanted, and they just sort of went around and created some weird bonds. But I mean, like I mentioned before, I really like Cahir and Yennefer, so I guess that's interesting. I think we are heading towards the part of the season that was more appreciated, so I'm excited for that. Like I mentioned before, unedited reactions, you can find them on Patreon. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here and commenting, so I'll see you in the next episode in a couple of days probably. Stay safe. This was Ola from Stop Me Your Channel. Bye.